All right. Good afternoon. Raz here from Ghana. Um, this is actually to treat the topic of Elliott wave on how you can identify Elliott wave and how to identify um, the waves as well. So that is what we're gonna do today. As you can see, BTC USD after the sudden rise, we had a small retest from here, and it's actually doing well. So today, I'm actually going to take care of how to actually identify waves. That is what I'm going to do today, exactly that. I think this is specifically for Kelly, and I'm hoping this helps Kelly to understand what actually the Elliott wave is about. You know what I'm saying? So let's zoom out the 1 hour chart from Bitcoin USDT, and let me delete all this stuff here. I'm just hoping to wrap up this very soon so that the video won't be too long, which will make it boring. You know what I'm saying? Oh shit. Okay, so um, pointing out this, I think I can use this as an Elliott wave. Take care of that one too. I think maybe I can use this one as Elliott wave. Can I create this? All right, this is a perfect example of Elliott wave. Um, Normally, Elliott wave moves in a specific pattern. So realize after the pattern, there was a retracement and an upward movement again. There was a retracement, an upward movement again. But actually, Elliott waves moves in 5 waves and then a 3 correction, which is the ABC. So we are doing exactly that today. And um, actually, waves are trade in a specific trend that actually retrace before moving up. So, like a perfect example is here. So you realize that trade actually started from here, and okay, so we move from here up to here, exactly here. So we can take this whole thing as a wave one thing, and we identify this as well as wave one. I hope you understand. But on a more serious note, okay, so we treat this as wave one, and there we go. Okay, so we treat this as wave one. So when we want to see wave two, it is actually the retracement of wave one. So realize that wave one retraces down here, and we treat this exactly as wave two, which retraces down here, all the way down here. I mean, challenge with my movement. Okay, so realize this is actually a wave two. So a wave one is here, it retraces down here, which is a wave two, and we move straight to the wave three. And wave three start actually from here, moves all the way here. So you realize that this is a pattern. It moves in a certain trend, though there was some upwards and downward movement, but it is actually okay to say that it was actually moving in a wave. As we can see that a wave move in a specific direction, which is actually cool. So we realized that this was a wave one, this was a wave two, and then we go up to three. And then there was a rule concerning the wave one, that the wave one should retrace at least 50%, but depending on the pressure on price action and the rep, we can say that because of circumstances, wave one can retrace 20 or 30% down, and then the second move up. Now, there is a rule for the Tuesday. Yeah, there is a rule for, sorry, there is actually a rule for wave 3. The rule for wave 3 is that it must not go below wave 1, and so therefore it must go above wave 1. So wave 3 moves up and is above wave 1. And like I said, this is 50% retracement. It's supposed to be, that is a rule, but in some circumstances it retraces 30% or 20%. So this wave 3 says that it shouldn't move below, so it should be above wave 1. So we get wave 4 right from here. So you realize wave 4 comes here, and this is actually wave 4, because you realize this is the pattern that we trace after the wave 3. So realize this is wave 1, this is wave 2, this is wave 3, this is wave 4. Actually, there is a rule for the wave 4 as well, and what it says is that it depends on the buying pressure. Sometimes the rule for wave 4, it must not retrace below wave 1. So actually, we don't expect the wave 4 to retrace below the wave 1. And from the image, you see that it's almost 50% retracement of the 2 and 3. It's almost 50% of actually wave 2 and 3. So from all the way here, it's almost 50%. And you can see that this is almost, you understand? You know what I'm saying? So it is a perfect example of the rule for the wave 4. And I think this is really getting simple for me so far as I try to interpret it for others. So the last wave before the correction is the wave 5. So you realize we can have wave 5 all the way from here, all the way from here up to here. And we have the wave 5 up there. We have the wave 5 up there. And we can say that this is the wave 5. Now, the wave 5 is usually the youngest, like the longest one. And though there was some price actions over here, but you realize that it was actually moving in a particular pattern, and there it goes. So the wave 5 being the longest, there comes the correction. So the rule for the correction is that the wave 1 to 5 should at least retrace 50%. So realize that this retrace all the way from here down here. Yes, I hope you're getting it. So this is the peak retracement actually. So if you can see very well, if you can see very well, you realize that trade actually moved in this pattern, though it took a long time maybe, but trade actually moved from all the way here to here. Um, forming this kind of wave. And, okay, sorry. Okay, so from here you realize that the rule says you should retrace um, at least like 50% from the wave 5 to 5. So realize that almost 50% is not actually done. Realize trade came all the way down here from the wick and then started from somewhere here and moved upwards. So you can say that this is a wave 1, this is a wave 2, this is wave 3, this is wave 4, this is wave 5, and then this is the correction for the forming of A and P. So you realize that trade actually misbehaved here, but at the end of the day, it formed this whole pattern, making the A from here. So we can say that from here, let me draw the line. So from here all the way up here was the A correction, and then so from this is the A, this is giving us something like a B up here. So realize this is the A, we're facing all the way. There is actually a rule for um, the, the correction actually. So the B correction does 30% retracement from the wave 5. So when you retrace down like that, it forms the A here. So the B, the B correction does 30% retracement from the wave 5 to A. So you realize that this is forming, giving the B the correction. So while the C correction completes 50% of the whole move from wave 1 to 5. So in this case, we are not having that, but um, uh, you can say that it retraces all the way here, and we have the A, B, C. So we have this as our C all the way down here, and the wave continues. So you can see that the wave continues from here again, move up again, and then it goes like that. You see, it goes like yeah, it goes like that. So all the way down there. So and then it continues. So that is a perfect illustration of how the Elliott wave actually forms. This is actually for Kelly, and if you're enjoying it like my boss Mikhail, it's just you watch it and give your review. So this is a perfect example of Elliott wave. Uh, I hope this helps. Thank you. This is Rush. I'm out.